Looking at my grandfather's horn that he got from a old steer that he lost. He thought a lot about that old steer, and so he took his horn and made it to something into a horn, and he used it a lot when he went out coon hunting. You could hear this horn all through the woods when he blew it. So I thought that was interesting because I can't blow it, and I've tried. There's just no way I can blow something like that. But you could really make that tune in. And I'm so glad that they saved things like this. And this was my great-grandfather's glasses. Can you imagine? And he'd put that around his neck, and it'd pinch his nose. And anyway, it's so cute and interesting. Been in the family, but you know Southerners don't like to throw anything away. So we have had another generation that doesn't keep much of nothing. They like garage sales, I guess. And an interesting thing is the light bulb. This is one of the kind of light bulbs that they made 100 years ago, I gather, that wouldn't go out. Can you imagine? And it would still burn. And this was in the garage, and we had one in the house. And it was coming down on a regular electric wire in the big parlor, because my grandmother loved playing cards in there, and it was very cool. So we have that, and I have a glass egg, talking about anything that's glass, that they used when the chickens were laying. I gather they wanted to raise biddies, so they were hoping she had more chickens. And this is interesting, talking about saving everything. My grandmother has my mother's baby teeth in here, the little bitty baby teeth. When they started losing them, I guess when they were about, 8, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, that's interesting. I was delighted to see that she had saved so much of this. This is my mother's little bib when she was a itsy bitsy baby. And isn't it sweet? It's pretty old. And it's got a little button, and you button it. And it's all got a lot of little stitching, it looks like. Interesting. I love these little things. I'm so glad she saved some of these things. We used to have trunks and trunks. And this is my mother's little baby shoe. We have it, isn't it, darling? With a little bow on it. And this is my grandfather shaving, when he would shave. I love the handle. The handle is so pretty. I used to watch him shave. I don't know what happened to the old cup. It could be in with the rest of the coffee cups and we don't realize it. And we have, my grandmother always used this to mend any kind of socks or things that were like some men's socks, women's long socks. You can't see them anymore, but that's what they'd put it in. That was easy to sew. Like she did a little sewing of things. She liked always doing something in sewing. And, you know, they had go-day print books in my great-grandmother's day. And this is where so many of the ladies, when they started the tours of the homes, copied some of the beautiful dresses, and they made them into some show places. And this is the ladies' cook. There it is, hats, the newest style. About to drop it. And they would get some of these pictures and give them to Miss Stawn. She was a very gifted lady, and she knew how to sew on anything. If she didn't have the pattern, she'd just get a newspaper and cut that pattern out and know how to make anything that will for pilgrimage. Hats, I don't know about the hats, but anyway, the little cute dresses. There's a lot of little things in here. Here's the little funny dresses. They were evidently, they were changing, and they were not having the hoops anymore. It's pretty old. That's my great-grandmother's book. Hamilton.
Okay.
And my mother used to love to go to parties when she was a young lady, and she had several beautiful beaded purses, and I'm so glad we still have them.
So pretty. Open it, Mother.
And they are the real stuff.
Can you open it?
Oh, okay. Not much in it, but the lining is falling to pieces. And this is another one of her lovely purses. It's deteriorating. Can you imagine beading that whole? That's all bead. Honestly, it's just beautifully done. The lining is beginning to deteriorate. And you know, when they started our tours in Natchez, nearly 90 years ago, they came up with the idea of having a few souvenirs for Natchez. And luckily, my family bought one. And this is a little tea set that they started with the, what does it read? Can you read that?
Governor of Natchez? No, souvenir at Natchez.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's so sweet. We're lucky to have it. Ready for me to put it up? And this was the book they used to keep up with anything that they did on the place. And also my mother, I think, might have used it too, to put some little pictures in it when he got old. So we have it. It was like a little scrapbook, since it was no good.